Good evening, Love Village. Good evening. I want to thank you all and welcome you all again to the original Love and Tea Variety Show. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming this evening. Yes. So, today, Love Village, we have a fun and exciting show for you, okay? But first, if you haven't already done so, please go to my YouTube channel, okay? And that is the original Love and Tea Variety Show, okay? Just click that in. Just type that into the search bar and just put that in and like, share, and subscribe, okay? First do that, okay? All right, thank you. Our guest today, oh my goodness, I'm so pleased and so honored to have him on the show today. Our guest today, let me tell y'all about our guest, okay? Let me show y'all, I like to show pictures and stuff, All right. Let me tell y'all about our guest, okay? All right, so our guest is an extremely talented and creative spirit, okay? He's a creative spirit who just happens to be a barber, okay? He happens to be a barber, but he's more than a barber, okay? He's more than a barber, y'all, all right? He's an entrepreneur and a businessman. He is a leader, okay? He's a leader in language arts and creative expression, okay? Our guest today, is a 4-time published author, a songwriter, a 3-time recording artist who has appeared on television shows and radio stations. He has been featured in magazines and has hosted over 100 open mics. Yep, I said it, 100 open mics and other events throughout the Chicagoland area and other states as well. This king is a 7-time award-winning spoken word poet who also won 13 awards and several other contests, both locally and nationally, okay? Moreover, Love Village, this man's mission is to use these art forms. He uses these art forms to lift the human spirit, to educate, and to save our children. Love Village, Love Village. Can you please, I want you to please put your hands together and welcome our guest, Michael Williams, aka Just Mike the Poet, to the original Love and Tea Variety Show.
Thank you. I love that.
They clapping.
I appreciate it.
Come on now, they clapping. Woo. We pump.
It's an honor. It's an honor to be here.
All right. I'm my own IT person too. All right. Just Mike the Poet. Thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for being a part of the original Love and Tea Variety Show today and taking time out of your busy schedule. I mean, that bio said it all, right? Like, you got so many things, wonderful things you're doing in the community. And I'm just so excited that you took the time out to be with me today. Thank you.
It's a blessing. Thank you. I appreciate you for having me as well.
Thank you. Can you hear me pretty good or what?
I can hear you. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. So how did your day go today?
Pretty good. School and did a little bit of running around and just kind of prepping, for the event I'm having, this weekend. So.
Oh yeah. We getting there. We're gonna go there. Don't worry. We're gonna go there. Yeah. So you're in school. We're gonna bring that up too, Mike. But I want to just share how you and I met. Okay, you and I, yeah, we met a couple of months ago, right? Pete son Keller had an event in the south suburbs, and I got a chance to listen to some of your poetry there. Okay, you remember that?
Correct. I definitely do. How can I forget?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And so my first question for you, just Mike, is what inspired you to become a poet and a writer? A writer first, and then a poet.
As far as writing, unfortunately, in 1999,
Okay.
my sister, she ended up, my younger sister, she ended up passing away from a sudden cause of diabetes. And during
Okay.
that time, it was pretty much unexpected. And I never got a chance to really like say, my last words or say something nice to her, anything like that, and it affected me, emotionally a lot. So I figured, you know, maybe I could just sit down and write, write a letter. Maybe it's something she could feel in spirit, you know. And I just begun to write, and the writing turned into poetry. So I was inspired, fortunately through her tragedy, and from there I went on to become a spoken word artist. I wrote for years and years, and I finally had the courage and, felt I needed to really be heard. People really need to hear, the things that I have to say. And I wanted feedback from others, from the way I do present my work and my poetry as well. So I've been doing this for like the past 10 years now.
That's awesome. That is incredible. It's incredible. But first, obviously, there was like you said, there was a loss, right? You lost your sister to the diabetes condition. Okay. And so I can speak just briefly, if I could just speak just briefly about diabetes, right? Because I believe she was young, Brother Mike.
Yes,
You say, how old was she?
she was 20.
She was 20.
Yeah,
And she died in 1999. She was 20 years old, right? And
correct.
so, yeah, so for those of you all who may or may not know about the diabetes condition, the disease, right? I'm just going to talk briefly about it, right? Just to educate, because I also have a number for those who may need support, right, Michael?
Yes.
So, I have it. I can speak upon it because I have it. I have it. I believe I've had it as a child, and it can be reversed if it's caught in time, right? If it's caught in time, it can reverse. But if not, it can be managed. The disease can be managed properly, right? Under the care of a physician, and with the proper nutrition. That's the number one thing, right? Proper nutrition, and medication and exercise and things like that. Okay. And so, if a person, is, if you're struggling with it, most people who struggle with it, they have different symptoms and things like that. But, the number one thing you want to do, people, whether you're diabetic or not, you want to avoid sugary foods, processed foods, things like that. That's how a lot of it is developed, Michael. I'm going to say that because it's developed through nutrition, right? Poor nutrition,
Okay.
a lot of the times. Okay, it can be hereditary as well, right? But most of the time, it becomes chronic and it becomes bad when we eat, when we don't eat properly. Okay, and so I just wanted to share that because as a diabetic, you must know that what happens is sugar, is processed. A person that doesn't have it, right, they pretty much processes and excretes sugar out the body properly, right? But a person with diabetes, Michael, we, like myself, we don't process it right. The body doesn't process it, so the sugar just sits. It sits
Mm.
in our bloodstream. Okay, and so that's why exercising, doing cardio, and burning and sweating, it helps to remove and excrete and remove and release a lot of the sugars out of our bodies. And so that's why it's important that we do exercise and we get that cardio
Yes.
in. Okay, and so I just wanted to share that, when we do that and we eat properly, and sometimes, we do struggle. I know I do. Sometimes I have a cupcake, And
Same
things
here.
like that. And I go get, I go get it, but I shouldn't eat like that every day. I should be eating life more so, fruits, natural, greens, more greens and things like that. And so when we do that, Michael, we begin to keep our blood sugar levels down, and they begin to operate at a healthier rate. Okay, so I just wanted to share that information with the audience, just because some people may not know. They may not know what diabetes is. Sometimes it make you feel, if you feel like you're going to the bathroom a lot, things like that, right? You have these symptoms. Those can be some of the symptoms, and feelings like that. But diabetes, I want you all to know, I did, let me just give me a second. Okay, I did create this banner, but I'm going to put this up real quick. This is a diabetes support line. I did create it, but I lost it somehow, but that's okay. Here it is now. The number is 1-800. For those who feel like you may have diabetes, or you don't know, you're not sure, and you need to speak to a professional, right? Here is a telephone number that you can call. Reach out you to this number, okay, and get support, okay? Because our dear sister, our beloved sister, we're sorry. I'm sorry, Michael Williams, that you lost your sister, and her name was Lorena.
Yes.
I got her name. Her name was Lorena Elisa Williams. Correct?
Correct.
Yes, may she rest in peace. Okay. But Michael, all right. Thank you all. Thank you, audience, for bearing with us. But again, that's that number. I'll put that up one more time. Anybody who may think you have diabetes, or you feel like you know someone, or you may need support, there's that number again. All right, on to a higher note, okay? Because out of the loss came triumph. Out of a tragedy, sometimes triumph occurs. Would you say, Michael?
Definitely true. Definitely facts.
Yeah, thank you. So you wrote, Michael, you wrote a poem for your sister titled "A Letter to My Baby Sister," right?
Correct. I did.
Yeah, can you grace us with that poem now? Do you mind?
Sure. So this is my first poem that I ever wrote, titled "A Letter to Baby Sister." It's not easy writing this all down on paper. I had to second guess. See, I just can't keep it all inside. I have to get it off my chest. Hard to say it out loud. I know you can't hear it, even though at times I do feel you in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Some things I should have did. Some words I should have told you, but I never said it. Looking back now, I truly regret it. I wish I would have known your condition, or to have seen a sign. Diabetes, taking you out at 20 years old. It never crossed my mind. So suddenly, so fast. The doctors, they say it was of sudden cause. Trying to figure it all out, I sat down and paused. Rolling you out on a stretcher. It was hard seeing you go, covered in white, as I watched from the living room window. Now that was one day. I just didn't want to believe you had dreams and goals you never got to achieve. Looking down over your casket, I took one last look at your face. I knew it wasn't possible, but for you to live on, I would have sacrificed and took your place. Comparing my life to yours, I didn't understand, but God has his purpose. I know it's all in his hands. But this is a letter to you, baby sister. I want you to know that I love you and I really miss you. Still thinking about you in this bed as I lay. I had to write you this letter, even though I know you're long gone away. Though at the time, it didn't seem that fair. I know you had plans to go to cosmetology school and keep styling hair. Losing you so young is what made it so sad, even though I reminisce about the good memories we had. Growing up in our childhood, we used to play ball off the wall. We'd always laugh every time someone would trip and fall. We used to ride our bikes and play tag in the park, hide and go seeking, catching the lightning bugs after dark. I remember running bases in four squares, playing Pac-Man on the Atari and musical chairs. We used to watch Sesame Street and Bozo and live in color. And on Saturday nights, we'd always stay up late to watch the Apollo. In '91, we cheered as the Bulls beat the Lakers. Yeah. Used to always walk to the stove for me and get my newspapers, watching the airplanes take off and driving down to the lake. Yeah, it used to smell good from the kitchen. It was the cookies you baked. You not being around, it seems kind of strange. Wishing you were still here so you can see how things have changed. It's your laughter and pretty smile that I'll always miss. You see, you affected my life in such an emotional way, but I guess it had to come to this. And yeah, I know we had some altercations, but I never meant no harm. You see, you always be in my heart and forever with baby sister be tattooed on my arm. A letter to baby sister, rest in peace.
Yes, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. Lorena Lisa Williams, rest in sweet peace. Yep, that was a beautiful, powerful piece. Powerful.
Thanks.
Thank you for opening up and sharing that as well.
No problem at all.
Thank you so very much. Yeah. All right. So before we go any further, brother, Just Mike. Okay, Just Mike the poet. This month is
National Poetry Month.
That's right. It's National Poetry Month. I got a little flyer here. I'm gonna show the people. Okay, it's National Poetry Month. We're celebrating that this month. Okay, April is National Poetry Month. Okay, and so you're presenting an event this Saturday from 6 to 10. Yeah, can you share information about that event that's happening this Saturday, brother?
Yes, so April 9th, 2022, this Saturday coming up. And this month is it's National Poetry Month. Last month we were celebrating the women. So this month is for poetry for the poets, the writers, and the artists.
Okay.
And Chicago, we're welcoming some of the poets to come down from Detroit, as you see on the flyer, Brother Don and Quabi.
Mm-hmm.
And also from here, hosting will be my bro Poetry Soul Child, featuring Nefertari and also my brother Jewel Lau from Chicago as well too. We have a poetry contest, a friendly contest. You know, the first 7 contestants to sign up. We have an open mic, some special guest judges, refreshments, raffles, live interviews, and some food. You know, I don't believe in having events without food, without something to eat. You know, so we gotta feed our spirit and our stomachs. You know, so I'm definitely looking to have a great time, a great turnout, and for us to just all come together and celebrate, you know, National Poetry Month, celebrate the poetry, celebrate the arts. We'll be in Bronzeville, right behind the Harold Washington Cultural Center at the Bronzeville Vincennes LLC.
Okay.
And for further information, you could actually call the number or text on the flyer 773-310-8219 and, you know, find out even more about it. And I'll send you, you know, a few links that'll come back, you know, to you and get you all set up on that day. And we gonna kick it off at 6 o'clock on Saturday. Doors open about 5:30, and we'll kick it off at 6 o'clock this Saturday coming up. And I'm just getting ready for it. I'm definitely excited.
I am excited too. Oh my goodness, that's this Saturday, people. Okay, come on out. Again, like he mentioned, that's the number. It's this Saturday at the Regal Room, is it? The Regal Room, and it is in Bronzeville, 47. What's that address again?
4724 South Vincennes at the Bronzeville Vincennes building. So when you pull up, you won't see the Regal Room. You'll see the Bronzeville Vincennes building, and inside it's a lower level is the Regal Room. So yeah.
Okay. So if a person is heading, let's say if a person is heading westbound on 47th Street, where do I make that left and right?
You make that on Vincennes.
Okay, make that left on Vincennes, and then you should see it right there.
The first building. Yep, you'll see the 2 staircases going up. You come up the staircase, it'll have somebody be there to open the door for you.
Awesome. Does the event cost anything, or what's happening?
It is it's a $15 registration for everybody. You know, whether you're just watching, performing, vending. You know, I just made it flat. You know, 15, and then when you get in, it's the first to sign up, the first to come to VN. You know, the first to the open mic. You know, and the first to get seated. So.
Okay, yep. $15. You said.
$15 registration. Yep, and youth are free. 17 and under are free.
Wow. wow, 17 and under is free. That's great. I'm glad I asked that. Very good. That's not bad. People, come on out Saturday and celebrate with Just Mike, the poet, and some of the other great mics. They're coming in, poets. They're coming in from Detroit, all over. Correct. And so
All over. Somebody's coming in actually from Baltimore as well too. Yep.
Baltimore, Detroit, around the United States. Okay, for this event, I am excited. I will be there as well. It's from 6 to 10 this Saturday, everybody.
Great.
So come on out. I'm gonna show that flyer one more time. Okay, for those who may need to see it again. But like he said, like brother said, you can always hit him up, give him a phone call, and you must register. Okay, you must register,
Yes.
and it is $15 to enter. Okay. And obviously, first come, first serve. And
Yes.
then you text or call, but you must register and pay the monies beforehand. And it
Yes.
is 773-310-8219. Awesome. That's very good. All right. So, all right, Just Mike. So as I mentioned earlier, okay, you're an author.
Yes.
Okay? You're an author who wrote 4 books. You wrote
two self-published books of my own, and I'm in 2 anthologies as well.
Okay.
I've been published, 4 times.
What great accomplishments that is. You know what, brother? You make me feel like I ain't did nothing, because I ain't, okay, compared to you, okay?
No,
oh my goodness. I'm like, oh Jesus, I ain't did nothing in life, okay? But what are the names of your books?
The first book I wrote is titled Poetic Scriptures, The Life, Growth, and Journey of Michael E. Williams. I start out in that book talking about pain and reality. Then I go into love, and then I end it off with inspiration.
Okay, all right. So as a writer myself, right? And I'm working on my first book.
Okay.
On my first book, Poet. Okay.
That'll be great.
But I'm stuck.
Okay.
Okay, I'm stuck. And I have writer's block. I do.
Wow.
I have writer's block. I got to this part and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how to start. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. So what are some of the things or advice that you can give a writer such as myself, right? To help them move past, okay? Help them move past. Because you said, hey, baby, I ain't got no writer's block, okay? What's some of the advice you give me and some other writers who get stuck, along the way?
I would say that, well, first of all, what is your book about, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, maybe you don't want to spell that out. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But okay, if it's a poetry book, if it's as far as poetry, I can speak, amongst, as far as poetry, and I make it share the light if you're just writing like a,
it's biography.
Biography, as well as that too. So, it starts with writing a lot of things down. You could just, keep a little sketch sheet, just write down different topics, different ideas, different thoughts, even different years, or look at pictures and stuff like that. Pictures help me write. You could go back in time and reminisce on something, or think about something that made you feel sad. Think about some things that made you feel happy, or something, one of your most exciting moments in life. And it's different things that you could talk and write about and go back and visit that time. You know what I'm saying? And just begin to kind of elaborate on it, just almost like keeping a journal or something like that. Like, it's almost like you in school and, all right, everybody get their journals out. You know what I'm saying? You going to write something because you're not going to get graded. So you're not going to have writer's block. You know what I'm saying? Every time you go to class, they can tell you to write something. And I swear to God, I have a creative writing class. Everybody has wrote something. They do our freshman put a picture up, or they tell us to write about this, and everybody go to write. They'll write something. It may not be the coldest or dopest piece. Poets, they try to write the coldest thing, but you're releasing yourself. You're letting something out, and you're getting over, that writer's block. So I would just say continue to write. Just continue to write stuff down. It can't nothing stop you from picking up a pen and writing down April, the month of April. You know what I'm saying? Then you go back, okay, what did you do in April? You know what I'm saying? What was your top moments? What were some of your low moments? What was the inspiration behind it? What took place in April? What events happened in April?
What season was it? Was it warm?
Exactly.
Was it cold?
Right.
And bringing things back to memory, and just writing it out, even if it don't make sense, just get it all
right.
out.
Just write out some thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
And okay, I take that. I take that.
Okay. Thank
I take that. And I would say too, I'll add to that too. One thing I do, I just walk away from it for a minute.
Okay. Yes.
Because it's too much sometimes, right? Would
Yes.
you agree?
Yes. Your space is really good too. I would say creating, an environment, a creative space, whether that's, in some lights dimmed, or incense or something going, some candles, or you have some tea or some wine or something like, and just getting, just get prepped up. Like this is what I'm finna do.
I like that.
So
Set the
definitely,
tone. Set the
yes.
tone.
Yes, your environment. Or even if you got to go downtown, to the lake or something. Like if it's nice out, go downtown or something, get a pen and pad out by the lake or the beach or something, and just write some stuff down. You never know. Just be out in nature. Never know what'll come to you.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff, poet. That's good stuff. Change your whole environment. You right.
Exactly.
The
Exactly.
scenery. Get
Yeah.
up out of the environment sometimes can make a difference.
Correct. Every
Good.
time I travel, I write. Every time
Yep.
I travel.
Yep.
Yeah.
I accept that. Thank you, brother. I accept
No
that.
problem. You're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks
So
for receiving.
no problem, brother. Thank you. So if we talk just a little bit about poetic scriptures, this was written. This was written in 1999, and it talks about the life. It talks about your life, growth, and journey. Okay, so I think you answered the question for me earlier, but I want to be sure. Is this the beginning of your so that poem that you wrote for your sister?
Yeah,
See?
those are my first lines on the cover. Yeah. Those are my
Yes.
first lines. Yeah.
Yes,
My
first
first. Yeah.
lines on the cover, and so that was the beginning of your career in as a poet, correct? But you've
Correct.
always been writing though.
Yes. Well, I ain't gonna say always. Yeah,
Okay,
you know what? I can't. I can't say that. I can't say that.
you
I
can't
was
say
writing, but I wasn't writing poetry. I always wrote, but I didn't write poetry. I would write down some other stuff because I was really involved in sports. So I would write a lot of different things down, stats, all type of stuff. I would
see.
even give my own self interviews. I would write myself a question and answer it.
Okay,
So
so it's true to say that you've always been a writer. Okay,
correct.
you've
Yes.
always been a writer, been analytical, broke things down, wrote them out. Like I am too. I'm visual. I
Yes.
gotta see it. I gotta write it out.
Correct.
And so that helps me with my processes, right? And so
Correct.
that's very good. So what so you gave us a little bit, and you're going to give us a little bit more of some of your works, okay? But before we do that, just Mike, I want the audience, okay? I want the audience to support you, okay, creatively, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I want them to support you, support your creative art and your talents, okay? And so, as a matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do, okay? Before we go forth, just Mike, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, let's put up some of your links. Okay, let's put up some of your links. Okay, so that when our viewers get through watching the show, they can actually go to your online shops. Okay, you have some online stores, you have some online shops where people can buy books, they can purchase some of your works, correct?
Correct.
Books,
Yes.
okay, your poems, and you also have another store we'll talk about soon. But let's do this. Let's go to, let's show the audience. This is your link for Barnes and Nobles, right? You have a person can purchase books and things there, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, Barnes and Nobles. As a matter of fact, I purchased mine on this. Okay, it's
Oh,
coming.
thank you.
Wait,
Appreciate it.
no problem. I
Wow.
can't wait for that. Okay, so there's the link there, and of course, Brother Mike can say if anything is missing. You can actually say your link. They go.
So I have a link.
Go to www. What? Barnes and Nobles.
Yes, Barnes and Nobles or Amazon. Pretty much everything is under my name. So if you follow
Okay.
under just Mike the Poet, everything,
Okay.
you'll be able to come up. Even that's my album right there. That's what Poet.
Yes.
So
See? Okay.
so,
All right.
yes.
So they would just go to Barnes and Nobles / and just put your name in, and then they can find you.
Well, Barnes and Nobles is a little bit different as an
Okay.
author. because you have to go by your government name. So it's Michael E. Williams.
Okay, on
Yeah.
Barnes and Nobles is Michael E. Williams.
Yes, Michael Williams. And my music is under just Mike the Poet.
Okay,
Correct.
on your music
That's
is
on Amazon and iTunes and all that. But I usually go through Amazon though.
okay. All right, so
Yeah.
Barnes and Nobles family, you can go to Barnes and Nobles and Amazon to purchase books, poems, okay, and things like that. And then
Correct.
Brother Michael is on all platforms, okay?
Right.
Just Mike the Poet, he's on all platforms. As you can see, there again, he's on Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. Okay, check him out. Support him, support his creative artwork. And let's do that before Saturday. Okay. All right. So
Right.
anyway, so very good. Very, very good. All right. So my understanding is so in Poetic Scriptures,
Yes.
obviously we have that poem for your beautiful sister. What are some of the other things we can expect to see within that's a book, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
What are
So
some of the things we can expect to read? Just a little bit now, because we need
just a
you
little
to
bit.
get the
Okay.
book now so you can get all of it. Just a little bit.
So a little bit I go into my childhood. I go into my childhood starting out. I wasn't always just Mike the Poet. So you'll be able to see some of, the things that, adolescents do, as adolescents, and then you begin to go into my adulthood and the love. When you become a teen, that's when you get your little puppy love is what they call it. And, some of us going to get married and stuff like that. And I'll take you through that as well too. I'm actually, divorced now, so I'm gonna leave it at that. And then when I got into spoken word, poetry, that's the inspiration part. So that's a
Awesome.
little bit about the book.
Okay, y'all. Ooh, that's great. I can't wait to get it. I can't wait to get it. They said I should receive it in a couple of days.
Okay,
That's
you will.
awesome. It talks about your process, your life journey from
Yeah, life growth and
past to
journey. Yeah,
present. Very good. That's an awesome book. I can't wait. It's going to be an awesome read. Yes, yes, yes.
most definitely.
All right. So, okay. So, Brother Mike, you entered into a contest. Okay. When in the beginning, correct? On the north side of Chicago, and you
I
won.
did.
And you won.
No, I didn't win that one.
Oh, not the first one. Okay. So
No, I did not.
tell us a little bit about your first experience. Your first contest
So
you entered. Yeah.
So this contest, it was on the north side. It was at a theater, a small theater on the north side, and I entered into the contest, and I had my family there. I had some other people there that came out to watch, and it was some other talented poets there, some other talented poets, and so it was first, second, and third place, and I didn't end up placing. I didn't end up placing
Okay.
in the contest, and some of the people felt that I should have. They was like, you my brother, but I think my sister said that you should have won that. Like, and I felt a little bit. I'm like, okay, well, let me ask the judge, like, what I need to work on, what I need to do. And he just told me, it was a lot of talent. He didn't really give me nothing, So I'm like, okay. And the friend I went with, Jazzy Jazz, he was really upset. And I take my pain and my anger and I use it to get better. I use it to thrive. I use it to keep going, not to quit, but to keep going. Like, wait a minute, let me fix this thing and go back and get into another one, or get into a different contest and see what they think over here, maybe on the south side, maybe out in Indiana somewhere, so that was my first experience, and it kind of led me to being featured. I met a young lady named Articulate, and she ended up featuring me at a show, Living Clean, on the west side. So, and that kind of branched me off. I already had my album, and that was one of the greatest nights of my life. So if I never went to that contest, I would have never got featured at our show and felt inspired to really begin to branch off into a full-time spoken word artist.
Wow. Very good. Very good. And to add to some of what you said too, brother, sometimes, do you know that sometimes you can be denied for being great?
Yes, a lot. Jay-Z got turned down from every record label. It was like
Exactly.
they wouldn't take him.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
sometimes it ain't you. Sometimes you was the winner.
Mm.
Like it happened to me before. Everybody was like, yeah, just because you won that contest. I don't know what this was about, right?
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
It's kind of like what people were telling you, like, How did that happen?
Right.
Right? You're like, nah, hands down, you was the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's okay. Like you said, yeah, but you ended up
Exactly.
coming back. And then you won what contest? Well, what was the first
Oh,
contest you won? Tell us a little bit
so
about
the first one I won was here in Chicago. I won a contest here in Chicago. It was a talent competition. It was mostly spoken word artists, some singers, and a rapper, and I ended up winning that. That had to have been last year. Last year I won that in 2021,
it.
and it was
Okay.
like the first contest I ever won. And I think it was about for 200, $200 or $300. I think it was about $300 I won, from that contest. And I was just grateful. You had to audition. That's the thing. These competitions, you have to audition to be able to get in. So, just to be able to get in is a blessing. Even the first one, like the one I didn't win, I had to
Mhm.
audition to get in. So it had to have been something special about me, even though I didn't place to get in. So I kind of looked at that as inspiration as well too.
Wow, I never knew that. You had to audition,
Yeah, a
to
lot of
get
them you
into
do.
it.
Some of them you could get in or pay to get in and this and that, but some of them, the live ones, yes, you have to audition and they'll let you know, congratulations, you've been selected to compete. So it's a
Okay.
process.
Okay, obviously, so the more you win, the more recognizable you become.
Yes, the more for myself, I can speak for myself. The more
Yes.
recognizable, and the more you feel more confident,
Oh,
with your work. You
yeah.
feel like you're accomplishing something, so, you know, yeah. So that first competition, that was great. And then I don't know if you want to get into the next one. I end up winning, but that
Yeah,
was
go
a
ahead.
national, that
Go
was a
ahead.
national competition that recently took place. It was online through Zoom, and it was poets from all over the world, from Canada and New York and California, from all different states. And I had the audition to get in that one. So I made the audition, and it was 10 of us all together. And, I'm just grateful I was the last one standing.
Wow, 10 of y'all and you won. Boop. You actually dropped the mic. Mic.
No, I don't do all that. I don't
Like,
do.
no, no,
No,
you humble. So I hear you humble. You humble.
I try to be humble because sometimes you can mess up being overconfident with stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
so I remember somebody telling me, "Oh, you got this. You gonna clean that last round." I'm just like, is however it go, because I know sometimes, like you say, judges sometimes they don't judge the best. So I was more hoping and praying. Even though my stuff was good, I felt it was great, and I
Mhm.
worked on it in practice, that they would still pick me. Because I know how stuff go. I know how it goes. So I was just grateful to win.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
good. You did that. You did
Yeah.
that. That was just last year, you said
That was
21?
this year.
Oh my good. And this year.
That was this year. That had to been the beginning of January, I believe.
Whoa.
January. Yep.
Okay, so that was before we met, the beginning of January, because we met. I think that was around Pete's birthday. Our birthdays are kind of like
February. Was that February?
no, our birthdays is in. You know what? I think Pete postponed it from the original date,
Okay.
so maybe it was February, early February, because our birthday is the end of January. And I know that first date he actually had to move it around, so we ended up coming maybe a week or two later. So you
Okay.
maybe probably yours probably February.
Okay.
Yeah, we probably February. Okay, wonderful. So just Mike, I mentioned in your bio, right, that you're an entrepreneur. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and a businessman. Okay. Come
Yeah.
on now, the businessman. Okay. And I think you're currently studying business administration, correct?
I am. I'm studying business administration at Kennedy King College here in Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you are an entrepreneur, and because you have all this music, you have music for sale, books, all your art. Now you're bringing it forth, for monetary gain, not just for. I mean, it's for creative expression and to improve our world, correct? But at the
Correct,
same
most
time,
definitely.
you have some value placed on it, and that's important as well. And that's what entrepreneurship is, right? It's a way we earn. I'm an entrepreneur myself, right? I have a skincare business. And of course, I do a lot of charity work, and everything isn't about a dollar, but you
Correct,
do need a dollar to survive. Okay.
most
We do.
definitely.
We do need to eat. Okay. And so I asked that because I want to know, how do you feel? How do you feel about being an entrepreneur?
I love it. I love the fact that it's freedom. I even love the challenges. You know, I take on the challenges. So It helps me to be a better person, a better man, and to work harder. You know, a lot of people actually you do have to almost work harder as an entrepreneur. I will say that. You know, so if you're not ready to work hard, you know, ready to take days off, the weekends off, it probably ain't for you. You know, just do the 9 to 5 thing and clock in. But you know, this clock never stops. You know, of course, you take your breaks, you know, here and there and get your rest and your sleep, but you know, it's always work to be done. You know, and then too, you want to set yourself up like, you know, I have books online, CDs. Somebody can purchase my book a CD at 3 in the morning while I'm asleep. So you want to keep residual income going. You know, let things work for you. They say work, not necessarily work harder, but work smarter, or work harder to work smarter. You know, so you know, I love it. I love the freedom, and you know, I love learning. That's one reason I got in school is education, so I can be a better entrepreneur. I could add the education, you know, with that. I could add that with business. I'm already a business person doing stuff business wise. Why not get a degree and you know really be a business person? Be able to help somebody else. Somebody might need somebody to help them, you know, which I'm doing, help others with their books, or help them become a better artist, or you know, host a teaching class, help them become a better poet, a better writer, a better, you know, whatever they do. It could be culinary arts. I don't know much about that, but maybe I have a connection where I could bring somebody in. Hey, run this class and teach this person how to cook, how to do culinary arts. You know, so you know, I love the freedom of it. It's nothing like it. You know, I'm filled with joy. I'm filled with love. I'm filled with a lot of passion. And if just I ain't gonna lie, if just Mike is down, something really bad has happened. You know, other than that, other than that, you know, I'm for real. Like every day, you know, I wake up and I'm thankful, you know, for this journey. I look forward to it.
Yes, sir. You know, so yes, it's been more rewarding than anything. And
Yeah.
you know what? Just Mike, you said the two things that I was going to say. It is that I agree with you with. But
Hmm.
everything you said, I agree with you. But it was two
Okay.
things you said. You said it gives me freedom,
Yes.
freedom, and you get to be in your passion.
Yes.
Them two things right there. Them two things right there. You get to be in your passion. You get to do things you like and you enjoy. To see something go forth that you created, it's a whole different type of energy. And then so if you it gives you freedom, you know, it allows you to make as much income that you
Unlimited.
make.
It's unlimited.
It's unlimited, and it's true. Residual is true. Like, yeah, that's the goal, right? For us to sleep and go and wake up in the morning and go, ooh, I made some money and I didn't touch, I didn't say nothing to nobody, and I didn't touch nobody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those types of things, you know. That's what we look for. And then and your passion to bring your passion forth, and more importantly, to help change the world. You know, that's really what it's all about, to improve
Right.
the world with our talents, right? And our
Most
skills.
definitely.
Exactly. Very good. So, Michael, I believe you have a online shopping store. Is that correct?
I do have an online shopping store through Teesprings, and it's called Recovery Apparel.
Uh-huh.
And you can purchase through the link. I have hoodies, I have T-shirts, some mugs, phone cases, and different products that you could place. You could purchase with Recovery on there. Recovery is actually inspired from my second book, which I wrote called Recovery, which
Oh,
is on Amazon. So it's inspired from that book.
very good. Oh my goodness, you're just so amazingly talented. You are. You're
I'm
inspiring.
grateful.
Yes, you're
I'm
inspiring
grateful.
me. And I love your humble spirit. You're
Thank
so
you.
humble. Don't forget about me because I'm gonna need some direction. Okay. You blow up even more because you're already blown up. You know what I mean? You're already blown up. But yeah, very good. So that is his clothing line, everyone. It's called Recovery Apparel. And so a person would just go where to get that. Is it that website? They would just get that
It
to go
is. It's the
directly.
website through that link Recovery. You could actually go through Teesprings.com and put in Recovery Apparel.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all hear that? Listen, so I mean, support. I mean, he has great things. He has what do you have on in the stores again for purchase?
Definitely on clothing. I have even sweats, like sweatpants for the ladies. You know, if y'all want to get your exercise jog on. You know, also bags,
Mm,
mugs, phone
okay.
cases, t-shirts, and hoodies. So yeah,
Very good. Very good. You're awesome. Very good. And then
appreciate it.
you are, in addition, just Mike, you're also a barber.
I'm a barber. I create with my hands. You know, that was one of my first gifts was
Uh-huh.
cutting hair. You know, barbering, and that actually happened through pain. You know, that happened through my dad cutting all my hair off my head. You know, so I guess we couldn't afford to go to the barber shop and he had some clippers and he cut it off, and I didn't want to get my hair cut that way. You know, I wanted to style it. So, you know, I ain't have no income, I ain't have no money coming in. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to do it, and that's what I did. You know, I wrote it. There's actually a track about it on my album called More Than a Barber. So that's kind of a story, you know, how I even became a barber, the things I experienced as a barber in the barber shop, and you know, my world. I'll take you in the life of a barber. Yeah,
Wow. That is amazing. That's how you got your start in barbering because your dad cut your hair. Did he cut it all off or did he cut it in a way that you didn't like?
it was too low. It was
Okay.
just nothing, no lining, nothing, just no lining, no part, anything, just low. Like,
Didn't
nah,
like the
this,
way it looked at all. You was like,
yeah,
mm-mm.
right. I might have been
Listen.
14 or something at the time. Like, nah,
Yeah, and he meant well, but but yes, cosmetology is definitely an art form. Okay, it's
correct.
definitely an art form. You get creative behind the chair, like I get creative when I'm facialing and doing all kind of things, right?
Hmm.
And spontaneity, and and all those things. So very good. I'm proud about that. So if a person, I'm not sure if you're looking for clients or not or customers, but if a person wanted to get their hair cut by you, how would they reach you?
That same line, that same my business line, that same line right there.
Okay, that same line. Okay, let's put that up
Yes,
again. So if anybody is looking to get their hair cut style creatively, then that's your barber right there, Just Mike.
yes.
He ready for you. All right, he
That's
ready for
appointments only. Most time it's no line, no wait. You know, come to me, I'll come to you.
you. Okay.
Cause yeah, cause of my schedule, I can't really sit in
Oh,
the barber shop. They don't. Yeah,
you.
shop owners get mad at me because they be like, you ain't never here. Yeah.
Okay, so I hear you flexible. I hear you mobile. You gotta remain. You gotta
Yes,
remain.
I'm mobile. Yes, I come to you. You know, I come to your
Okay.
services.
Very
Yeah,
good. I love that. Yes, I love that. So you move around and you're flexible for people to help them
most
with
definitely.
creative, to help them look good. Hey,
Correct.
their aesthetic appearance. All right, all right. So just Mike. So you have. Can you tell us about the Save the Children, Save Our Streets campaign that you have?
That was my first album, my second album that I did. Save
Okay.
Our Children, Save Our Streets, and I made it a non for profit actually. That was back when I first started it. So I do have to follow up actually with that with my EIN number and stuff like that. So
Okay.
hopefully, you know, that'll be something I get back into when I graduate. Save Our Children, Save Our Streets. So I did my second album with some of the tracks online, and it's about that. And you know, it's pretty much the violence, the things that take place within our community, and being able to help them, you know, give them a different outlet, you know, whether it's even in the barbering, you know, have them take up a trade or some type of gift or talent, and really to find out what their purpose is, you know, so they don't have to be, you know, caught up in the neighborhood and in the streets and on the block and stuff like that, you know, and just pretty much, you know, enhance their consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, perhaps have them listen to poetry. If they love rap music, but you know, maybe have them listen to some more conscious rappers, you know, where they really talking about something, you know, and you know, because I know they're gonna go about it, the beats and all that stuff. I know how the younger generation is, you know, but you know, Save Our Children, Save Our Streets is pretty much that. It's through my arts, you know, it's through my art. So it's one thing to talk about this stuff, and it's another thing to be out there advocating and doing it.
That is awesome. Save the Children, Save Our Streets. That's awesome. So it is an active organization that's actually moving right
No,
now.
it's not active. I have to get back into
Okay,
that.
you're
Like I
gonna get
say,
back. You're
yeah,
saying you
I'm
have
in
to get
school
back
now.
to it.
So when I created it, it was just in my mind, and I went downtown and got my EIN number and stuff like that. You know, so I could, you know, patent it. That was me. and I
Very good.
never really got back, into it. But I did launch it and get it started,
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, very good. That's awesome because, like you said, Brother Mike, it is going to take us to save us,
Right.
and it is each and every one of us. Each and every one of us got a talent, we got a skill, and we can give back. If we reach one, we can reach five, we can reach 10, and it starts with one because, like you said, through the arts, it gives a person a way to express themselves, to start
Correct.
writing, because that's what a lot of it is. It's a lot of us are facing trauma, right?
Correct.
We have a lot of traumatic experiences and we hold them in, kind of like similarly to you, right? And
Correct.
myself, and myself. So, and I write. I like to write and
Wow.
I like to talk about it. I like to, what you call it, get it out.
Right.
And so it's a great format to help children to express themselves, through this art form. So I am so proud of you, and I can't wait. And I will assist you once you get it back up. And yeah, we will be definitely locking arms on a couple of different ideas, because we're very our mission is very similar. It's about loving people, and especially
Correct.
children. The world, inspiring the world, helping the world to improve one way or
Correct.
the other. So it is very similar. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
It's done in different formats, right? So
Right.
okay, very good, very good. And so what are some of your new projects that you're up to now?
New projects. Definitely Depths of a Poet's Soul. That's out
Okay.
already. And the next thing I'll be getting to it, I'm actually working on a poetry R&B love album. So it will be, that's my Depths of a Poet's Soul right there. And it's kind of inspired from Depths of a Poet's Soul because I have like maybe 3 or 4 love tracks that's on Depths of a Poet's Soul. And I got a lot of feedback, from the ladies with that. I'm like, okay, and by me being in school to business, they tell you different things to do. So my next album, I'm gonna do a whole, love album, because people don't know. I share a lot of conscience and spiritual poems, some funny, but most of my writings, I say I wrote over 700 some poems. Most of them are love. Most of them are from love, but I just put them in books. I really don't perform those. So I really want to make an album, a whole love album, of creative, poetry from about love. So that's one of the projects I have up. Also, an audio book as well too. I've been doing affirmations and inspiration on 1570 AM radio every Sunday. So from that, I'm creating my audio book from there, and I look to put that out as well too. I'm not gonna say when. I don't know when, but it's in the making. Yeah, it's already in the making.
You are incredible. You are incredible, versatile, and you're just moving forward and onward and upward. I love it. I love the energy. And just to go back just a step, you talked about, young people expressing themselves, and it's true, the beats, right? The beats.
Yes.
Music,
Mm-hmm.
I am into more conscious rapping and art,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
There were times I felt like a gangster, and I played some Tupac. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not judging at all, right?
Right.
So there is a audience for everyone, but I hear a lot of, not all, right, but I hear a lot of negative things occurring in music, and believe me, music is it's a source. It's a very important energy, and if you hear it, it does change your mood.
Correct.
It improves it. You listen to some Isley Brothers, like you said, love songs and ballads, and Frankie Beverly, and it does Marvin Gaye, and it does something to your spirit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the type of artist you are. You're spiritual and very unique, and you bring the beats. Though I heard some of your beats, I was like, okay, I could roll in the cot to this, but it wasn't making me go and cause no harm to nobody.
Right, exactly.
Get where I'm going with that. All right. So, but the beats was on point, okay? But I was like, okay. So it does matter what we say.
Correct.
At the end, at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the day, it does affect what we think about, our actions, what we say, and what we do. You agree with
Correct. Correct.
that? Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Can you grace us with a little bit of another one of your points? Because remember, we want people to purchase. Okay, we want you to purchase, but I want you to grace us with another, whatever you choose to do. You got the mic, brother.
So you're talking about beats. One of my tracks on the album is called No Writer's Block, and you definitely have to hit a beat behind it. So here it is. No writer's block. It's no such thing. You see, you don't exist. I write when things are going right or when I'm angry and pissed. No longer am I afraid of what comes out of my mouth. If it's in me, well, then that's what I'll be talking about. No writer's block. This is how I get praise and shout. This is how I spend most of my days, journaling on the couch. This is how I solve all of my beefs, lyrically, knocking my enemies out, spiritually, overcoming any fears and doubts. No writer's block. You dead to me. You can no longer stop what's written in my heart and read through me. The opposite of ludicrous. You can no longer disturb my peace through my pen. This is how I defend men and think. Every week I fiend ink. Then on some days, this is how I eat. So no, it's no writer's block. Not for me. This is how I imagine, vision, and dream. Give me a word or phrase and I'll begin writing poetically about anything, letting it all out. Allow my inner soul and pen to bleed. I'll teach and lead. Give you them words that you need. I'll leave you with them prayers and prophecies. No writer's block. Taking away my conscience. What's in me that constantly bothers. This is how I release and begin to feel relieved. Creating books and CDs to be passed down to a generation of lost and confused seeds. Figuring, how can I get through to them? Give me a drill beat. Maybe on my next track, I'll just rap and sing. Cause poetry is my thing. You see, it saved me when death wanted me to leave. It entered in during my most difficult time when I begun to grieve. So no longer am I holding back. Never will I relapse, giving my gifts back. You see, they were given for me to breathe. So please, no negatives, please. Confidently through my creativity, I will succeed. No writer's block. I won't speak it. It's just an illusion. Fooling poets and writers within themselves to not believe. Besides, I know through Christ that I can do all things as my poetry strengthens me. Greater is he that is within me as he guides my tongue for others to listen and read. I write when I want, freestyling like your Black Thoughts and Jay-Z's. Yeah, I'm a writer for myself and others. I put myself in the shoes of my hurt sisters and mothers. I go totally dark into a world that's so gloomy and under. I'll lift you up like the sunshine of the springtime and hot summers. I'll take you through the streets of our ghettos and gutters. The way I see it, it's always something, an opinion, short stories of nonfiction. I just want to vent with my assumptions. Let's talk about love, my blind dates and cuddling. Or maybe the church, how sometimes they can be more judging, be speaking in tongues, then turn around and curse you out like it's nothing. So no, it's no writer's block. I'll talk about the gunshots, the Chicago Bulls and White Sox, the wickedness in politics and these racist, dirty cops. I'll talk about myself when I'm wrong and I need God, praying with my hands up. You see, I lean on this pen to be my rock. I will never stop. This pen will never drop. For me, it's no writer's block. No writer's block, y'all. Thank you.
Yes. You said you use your pen as your weapon.
Yeah.
Woo. Ah, that's deep. That right there, that's amazing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
My goodness. So we're almost towards the end, brother. I hate to see you go, but
I know, right?
Yeah, but you said something today.
Oh, wow.
I look like I ain't no stalker, Michael. I ain't no stalker.
No, that's all right. That's good.
Just a
That's
researcher.
good.
You like that?
Yeah.
You like that?
That's good. That's good.
You said something today. You said you got something to live for. Just Mike the Poet. What did you mean by that?
Well, wow. I don't want to, it was, I'll tell you what it was inspired by. It was inspired. What's that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So it was kind of inspired by the latest topic that's been surfacing, with the
Okay.
Oscars, and
Okay.
stuff like that. And
Mhm.
right now I'm seeing where, one decision that you make can end up, tarnishing, everything you've done, your legacy and things like that. So it's like, we really have to think and be conscious about, our decision, even if it's protecting our family. We have to be conscious of that. When it's almost like the art of war. You know what I'm saying? Knowing when to do, how to do it, what time to do it, and all of that, because our decisions can create more drama. Now everybody is talking about you. Everybody they saying jokes that are worse than the one that was said.
Ooh.
Because is so, and now
Yeah.
that really saddens me. Because of the history. Even like with me, like a lot of wars and things I accomplished, I kind of put myself in their shoes. Like, what if Just Mike does something to tarnish my legacy, the stuff I'm doing to save our children, save our streets, and one wrong move, I hit somebody and I end up with a case or something on my record and end up in the newspaper. And now I'm talked about. My name done turned to mud. So no, I have something to live for, and I have a legacy that I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to be a role model. People, these are role models. Will Smith is a role model. Chris Rock, those are role models. They're in the spotlight, and they're always in sharing encouraging words. Even like myself. So that's kind of what is inspired from. But it really helped me. I looked at my own self. Because we all human, we all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that I'm on the right path and nothing throws me off. Nobody take me up off my square. Because I'm not I'm a man of God, but at the same time, I could become a David. I'll slay a Goliath out here, if it's time. So but
I'm trying
but
to tell you.
but by all means, I want peace before any war. I want peace. I want to, go about it, the peaceful way.
You a
So
peacemaker.
that's why I try to be humble.
I love the way you said that. I was slaying Goliath. I was slaying. Poet, let me tell you this morning, Poet.
uh
I did. I went to the creator because this weekend it was something that jumped off, and I was like, "Ooh, Lord!" I allowed it to take me out of myself, my normal self. But it's a part of me, right?
Right.
We have different parts of ourselves. Come on now.
True. Facts.
There are different parts. I'm so glad I'm not the same. I don't look the same. I don't say the same. I don't do the same thing. Because wouldn't that be boring in life?
Correct.
But the goal, I believe, you agree with me, and what I kind of hear you saying is we want to strive to be more of love.
Correct.
Be more loving. We want to strive to do the right things.
Right.
Correct. And that I can say I do more so than not. And so I had to go to the creator and pray off some things because I did say some things. I thought some thoughts. I said some things. I lashed out because this tongue, like you said, sometimes this tongue, right? You know, you a speaker, you a poet, you are an award-winning poet. You've been on television shows, you've been everywhere, like you said, you've been here, you've been there. But sometimes, things can occur, like you were saying about that issue that just occurred last week. Sometimes you may find yourself, although you strive to be good and you strive to do right, and we want to be good and we want to do right, and sometimes you may end up doing something and it could cost you big time.
Big time. Yeah.
So we got to constantly check ourselves.
Exactly.
Right. And get mental health if that's what we need.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
It's a constant work, right? It's a constant release, acknowledging it,
Correct.
and acknowledging, what, I'm doing really well right now. And acknowledging I'm not doing so well right now. And checking yourself and working towards improvement. It's a constant thing, right?
Correct.
So thank you so much for sharing that. And we true professionals because we didn't say a word, we didn't say a name, but we know underlying what we're talking about.
Right. Correct.
Right? We kept our show amazingly, gorgeously clean.
It was dope. Wonderful.
Right? You know,
Correct.
so very good. So that's what that was pretty much about. So I want to, okay. So bookings, here's your bookings. So for those who want to book, gorgeous Just Mike the Poet. Is that how they can find you?
They can find me there, or you can share that number again as well too. That
Okay.
text, that
Okay. So
business line number.
those who are interested, okay, in booking with Just Mike the Poet, y'all want him at y'all events. Y'all want him to come and shift the atmosphere, to educate, inspire, uplift. I mean, y'all want him to just, rock y'all world in a great positive way, right? Because we
Most
need
definitely.
that, especially in today's world where we're faced with a lot of different challenges. It's basically motivational speaking, right? It's a lot
Most
that
definitely.
goes on where, it's like, hey, this is the truth. A lot of things go on, okay? And I want to say this too. Just Mike, I
Okay.
wrote a monologue.
Okay.
I do some writing. Well, I said it earlier that I'm writing.
Yes.
But I wrote a monologue and I presented it. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but take a look at it. All right?
Okay.
Look at it. It's on my Facebook page and it's
Okay.
on my YouTube channel. I actually blessed the world with it the first weekend. Women's History Month.
Wow.
The first Monday was Harriet Tubman Speaks Through Me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, so I do a little acting myself. I haven't done it in a while, but if there's anybody out there who's looking for an actress, especially Harriet Tubman, then I'm your girl. Okay, it's me.
I know that's right.
It's me. Okay. But yeah, I did do that. So take a listen to that. Monologues. I wrote everything you heard. Okay, so very good. All right. So is there anything? Okay, so first bookings. You said you can right for just if you anybody who wants him at your events. I am going to say this too. I was planning an event for this August, and I was going to have you be the host. But you know what? Never the loss. Because I shifted my schedule, and I am going to be in the Black Women's Expo this August. Okay, I was having
awesome.
Yeah, I was having that event, Just Mike, this August. But since I'm shifting and I'm going to be in the Black Women's Expo, I'm postponing that until next year.
Okay.
In God's name. Okay. And then I would love for you to be a part of that. Okay. But anywho, okay. So reach out. Anybody wants him for your event. This the man right here. Just Mike the Poet. Reach out 773-310-8219. Just Mike, is there anything else you want to say or share and leave our audience with today? Anything else?
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for having me. This wonderful experience. I love being interviewed. It's something I always dreamed about. Being interviewed. And to the audience, for those out there listening, whoever this video shares, with y'all, whatever you do in life, continue to do it with excellence. Phyllis, you talked about, do a lot of different things, and I try to do it with excellence. Whatever I do, whether it's cutting hair or writing or helping someone or being the best person that I can be. Do it with excellence. Even if I work a security job, be the best security guard on that post. You don't never want to slack nothing. Even if it's something you don't want to do. If it's something you don't want to do and you're going to have step, do something else. Whatever you do, just do it to the fullest. And, that's why I do with my events, anything. I had an event coming up and I want to do it in the spirit of excellence, because you all are the people that come out. You the people that register, pay the $15. So I want you to come out and feel like, man, this is something else worth, $100 or $65 event or something like that. So I'll leave that with you all, and whatever you do, have a passion behind it. Like you say, regardless of any money, anything like that, because if you keep using your gift and you love what you do, and you keep getting better at it, it will make room for you and give you more opportunities and open up more doors for you and set you before great people in life.
Yes, Just Mike the Poet. Thank you so very much. Like you said, in the spirit of excellence. I am so I believe in that wholeheartedly. Everything that I do it at this. I'm at this. I'm at this. People have told me, Phyllis, calm down. You need to calm down. You need to put, and I'm like, no, I got to be everything.
Right.
Everything I touch, everything I think about, like today, we was on maybe 6 minutes late because I was like, I started on this morning. I wasn't asleep. It was a phone call I had to take and it threw us off by a couple minutes, but we did it. We did it. We wasn't terribly late,
Right.
but I strive. I made sure I did my research. How did you think I did?
You did wonderful. I'll give you I can't give you no less than an A. I'm an honest person too. If you ask me, you don't want honesty, don't ask just Mike to put.
Did you say 80%?
No, I give you an A. I give you an A.
I love A's.
I'll definitely give you A, with everything.
Very good. Very good. Oh my goodness. I thought we had a wonderful, wonderful interview. And I want to just show one more time, to the audience. If you all just reach out, okay? Just reach out to the brother, okay? He has books on Barnes and Nobles and Amazon. He has for purchase. Okay, support this artist, this wonderful artist. He's an award-winning artist. Okay, spoken word poet, an artist, writer. Okay, entrepreneur. He has a online shops, online stores where you can view. Okay, go to Amazon. And go to Barnes and Nobles. Just look up his name, Michael E. Williams. Just Mike the Poet. You will find him, okay, on Amazon, on Barnes and Nobles. His books, his talents. Let's support this brother, okay. Let's get that. Let's support him, okay, in his artistry, okay. And not only that, let's learn from him because he has a lot to say. He has a lot of experience, and it's some things that can encourage you and inspire you in your life and help you possibly move to your next level. Okay, and those who may want to become artists, right? Writers and spoken word artists, hey, he got information to share that could help you. All right. And then he has a clothing line store. Okay. And it is what is that called again?
Teesprings and Recovery Apparel. You pull up on teesprings.com, Recovery Apparel.
Yeah, he has an apparel line, people. Yeah, I'm gonna buy me a jogging suit. I'm gonna be rocking, okay, Recovery Apparel. Now, I hope he has some in different colors. Is it all white or?
It's different colors. No, it's different colors. You could click. Once you follow the website, they'll direct you to size, colors, and all that. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Because I'm not so great in white. Okay, no, I'm not great in white. All right, so and then his poems, his songs. He's on all platforms. Love Village. He's on all platforms. It's no excuse. You can find just Mike the Poet everywhere. Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. Okay, check this brother out. Learn from him. Support the artist, and of course, it'll inspire your life. Okay, it'll just uplift you. All right, and I can't wait for my book to it's on its way, and it is the what was that called? It's the Poetic Scriptures. This book is on its way to me. So invest people, invest in your life, invest in your mind, body, and spirit, because that's what he would do. He would definitely help you to change that in a positive way.
Most definitely. Appreciate it.
Just Mike Porter, I thank you once again for being a blessing today on the Original Love and Tea Variety Show. I'm thankful and honored that you came today. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Blessings to your show and everything that you do from here on out.
Ashe.
Most definitely. Praise.
All right, Love Village, there you have it. Yes! I got one of the best. Did y'all hear me? The best, okay? Poets in the city of Chicago to come as a guest on the Original Love and Tea Variety Show. Okay, just Mike the Poet. He's such an awesome spirit to be around, and I hope he don't get tired of me, because I'm gonna be on his arm now. I'm gonna be locking him. Because, like I said, our missions are so similar, and we're just all about uplifting. That's what I heard. That's what I read when I listened to his music. I read some of his poetry and everything. He's just about love. It's a similar brand. Okay, about love and uplifting the people, and more importantly, using his his creative talents to change the world in a better and make it a better place to live. Okay, that's pretty much what it is at the end of the day. Okay, but Love Village, I thank you all for watching and tuning in. Okay, to the original Love and Tea Variety Show. It is, of course, where we have love. We keep love in our hearts and tea in our cups. Until next time, peace.